Hello friends, in previous video we have started this topic adding arts in our document. It has not finished, so we will continue in this video with this topic. Last video we have done these things like adding pictures, wrapping around the text to that pictures. We have seen like we can add online images, online pictures also. We can add the shapes, modify the shapes. We have seen how we can add the smart graphics, and also we can modify the smart graphics. So these things we have seen in previous topic, a previous video. So now we will continue this topic with this video, and today we are going to see this. This is about charts. A chart is a tool you can use to communicate the information graphically. Now, including a chart in your document, it will help you to illustrate some numerical data. Numerical data like statistical data about some kind of trends or some kind of information about your sales and all that. So you can see about, you can represent your data into these charts. There are several type of charts we have, and before adding the chart you should know that what type of chart you can add. That chart depend on your type of data. That means what type of data you have. So presenting that data you should choose the proper chart, because every chart cannot represent every kind of data. For example, we have column chart. In column chart we can represent some data in place of in the time range, like from 2008 to 2012. We have some different type of books which we are selling. So we can see here, we can plot here like how much sale we have done in every year about these type of different books. So we can plot it here in this column chart. We can even use line chart also for the same kind of data. Now line charts are very helpful to illustrate the trends. You can see the trends here easily, like this romance. Now romance book are, now you can see from 2008 to 2009 the trending is going very high, then after that it is going down, and then some kind of it is going high. So we can guess the trend with the help of this line chart. So we can easily illustrate the line trendings in the line chart. Now we have the pie chart also. This pie chart, it is useful to represent some kind of percentage data. It is not for that trending kind of data. So we can represent like this is the whole pie is represent like percent 100, and we can define like how much percentage it is using for some kind of information, for some other information, just like this. Then we have bar chart. This bar chart is same as the column chart, only it is coming in this side. The bars are in this row side, but it can also represent the same kind of data. This area chart is also same like a line chart, which is helpful for representing the trending kind of data. Then we have surface chart. It is also same, like you can see it is like area chart, just it is representing in some kind of 3D model, but it is also helpful for plotting some kind of trending things. Now once you have decided like what kind of chart you are going to use, so now you can add chart in your document. Now when you add your chart in the document, so this word utilize the chart with a specific different separate spreadsheet window. That means the data what you want to represent in the chart, you can add that data into a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet is just like a spreadsheet in a Excel. So we can use that to easily, we can add your data into that spreadsheet table, it's a spreadsheet window, and that will be represented in your chart. So suppose I want to add chart in my document. So first I will place my insertion point where I want to add the chart. Then I will go to the insert tab, and from the insert tab in the illustration group I will select this chart command. Now when I select the chart command, it opens this dialog box for different type of charts. So there are lots of different type of charts which Word can have. Like we have column chart. In a column we have different type of column charts. We can choose from these different type of column charts. Then we have line chart, pie chart, bar chart, area chart, scatter chart, stock chart, surface, radar, tree map, suburbs, sunburst, histogram. We have different kind of chart. Now we should decide like what kind of data we have. So based on the data we can decide the chart. So as you decide the chart, like for example here we can see in the image it's selecting what, the column chart. So after selecting it, the chart will be appeared in your document. Now when the chart will appear, it also appear with this placeholder. This is what your source data. This one comes with some default values. These are like just placeholders. These are not our values, and you can see those values here. So now it is on you what values you want to add. So what you want to represent, you can start editing your values in this table, in this source data. After you finish with this, you can see in your chart that information. I want to add chart here. So I place my insertion point here and I go to the insert tab, and from the insert tab I have this chart command. So when I press on this chart command, I see this dialog box. Now in this dialog box I have multiple different kind of charts. I have column chart. In the column chart I have this clustered column, staked column, 100% staked column. I have this 3D clustered column, 3D staked column, and you can see the preview here. When you hover the mouse there, it will zoom and you can see the preview. So it is on you what kind of chart you want. You can select it from here. You want line chart, you want pie chart, you want bar chart, area, scattered, stock, surface. So there are multiple options you have to choose from. Now I want a chart which is column chart, so I will go with this column chart, and then after choosing the chart which you want, you press OK, and here is your chart in your document. Now the chart is in your document and you can see this worksheet, you can see this spreadsheet, and you can see this information. Now this is what just an information, this is just a placeholder. So you can modify this placeholder according to your data. So let's say I want series 1, that means I want here January, I have February, I have March, just like this. And then in this side you can mention the categories, and then you can mention whatever you want to mention here. Now if you have your data available in your Excel sheet, so if you are having it in your Excel sheet, then you can copy from there and directly paste it here. For example, I have a data in my Excel sheet here. So what I will do, I will copy this and then I will place it here. So you can type it manually also, or if you have a data available already, then you can choose from that data. Now you can see here what data I typed here, added here in this source data, that is available here in the chart, and now it is showing here in the chart. It is showing like these type of books: classic, romance, sci-fi, mystery, and these bars are representing what? The months: January, February, March, April, May, June. And this side it is showing that how much price range we have, and it is reaching to which range. And these lines are what? Grid lines. These grid lines help us to determine the exact location of the bar. So this is how we can add the chart into our document. Then if we want to insert some more data into our chart. That means if the source data consists of just I want to add some more data into our source data, I want to increase more columns, or even I want to increase more rows. So we can do it easily by selecting and holding and dragging, clicking and dragging this corner of this blue line. It will only represent, the chart will only represent the data which is inside this blue line. So if we want to represent more data, and if we want to add more data, then we have to hold this line here from the corner and drag it to the other column or row which we want to add. For example, I want to add here in my document more information. So as you can see here, in the source data, it is only showing the information till this blue line. Now I want to have more, so I can add, I can click and I can hold this corner when it changes to 2 arrow. So click and hold, and then you can draw, you can drag it to this side to add new column, and for this side to add new row. I want to add new column, and as I drag it, now that blue line is increased, but this line is empty. But you can see the color here, it is added, only it is not having any name. So I will add name here, July. Now you can see the color is now having the name. Then you can add the values. Because there is no values, the bar is not showing here in this chart. So I start adding the value here. Now you can see classic, it is showing the bar there. Then for romance, I add one more value. Now you can see there. And for this, I will add new value. For sci-fi, for mystery, and for this. And then you can see that is available here in our chart. So this is how you can add new information in your chart from the source data. Now when you are done with this, then you can just close your source data. You can just close this window from here. So because you are done, so you closed it, and now you can see your chart and with your data. Now after closing it, after I closed it, now I want to change again. Our chart is complete now, but now suppose I want to change again the data. So there is no, the window is not showing. Now I want to add the data again. So what I can do, I have to first select the chart. So when I select the chart, this dynamic, this a conceptual tab will come that is related to chart tools, and we have one tab which is design tab for this. So we click on that design tab, and then in the data group we have this edit data command. So when you click on this edit data command, you can see the window again, and then whatever you want you can add, edit, and anything you can do. Then next thing, sometime you may want to change the way your chart data grouped, like here in the image you see it is grouped by like a classic, the type of the books as a row, and in the columns it is showing what, in months. Like here we have in months, the data is plotting here as a month, and you can see each month has a different color. So for classic, this is the months, January, February, March, April, May. For romance, you have this month. Now sometime we want to change the grouping, like I want to see this classic, romance, sci-fi, mystery, this type in the columns. In the columns, that means in the bar, I want to see the information about this data, and here in the row I want to see the information about January, February, March. So we can do this, we can switch the data. we can switch this information, we can rearrange our chart also. So for that we just have to click the chart so that the design tab will appear, and then from the design tab first you have to click the edit data, then that window will open, and then when the window will open then you can select this command to switch row to column, and then when you select that then you can see it is switched. Now you can see this type of the books now showing in the bar, and the months are now showing in the rows. So how we do this? First we select the chart and the design tab will appear. Now go to select the edit data, and then you see this window is open. Then what? You can see this switch row to column command. Now you can click on it to switch. Now you can see here again our data is switched. That means this type of the books now it is showing in these columns, bars, and this January, February, March is now it is showing in rows. Let me change again. I will switch again. Now you can see again the classic, romance, sci-fi is now going into row, and in the bar column we are seeing January, February, March. I can switch it again. So this is how you can switch your columns to row, and you can change the way your data is grouped. One more thing you can do to modify your chart, that means you can do one more thing, you can change the type of the chart. Change the type of the chart. Suppose you created some chart, you choose one type of chart, like you choose the column charts. Now you feel like your data is not properly represented by this chart. So after creating also, after inserting also, we can change the type of the chart. So if you want to change the type of the chart, you can select the chart and go to the design tab. From there you can click here change chart type command, and when you select that, the dialog box will appear again. From that type of charts we have, from there you can choose any of the chart which you want to choose, and then press OK. Now when you press OK, then the chart will be changed and it will appear in your document. For example, here in the image I selected this line chart, so that bar chart now becomes what? Line chart. And in my document also I have a bar chart, so I can change it again. So first select the chart, then go to the design tab, and then at the end of the ribbon we have this. In the type group we have only one command, change the chart type, and then we can select this and we can see this window again. Now this dialog box comes. Now we can choose whatever type of chart you want. Now my data, the data which I have, it cannot be represented properly in pie chart. For example, I try to select the pie chart and say OK. Now if you say it is only showing classic, percentage of classic, percentage for each month. Now it is looking not properly presenting my data. So from the bar chart I can choose line chart. Line chart can also be represent my data properly. So let's say I select this line chart and say OK. Now you can see it is properly presenting my data. Then we can also change the quick layout. We can change the layout of our chart from this quick layout command. Quick layout, this layout, that means it can change the arrangement of your chart. Like we can change a different arrangement, and we can we can use this predefined layout. We can choose from this predefined layout to have a different arrangement of elements. Elements including the chart title, data table, axis, right axis, legends. So there are different elements is there. So we can choose to have some elements, and we can choose not to have some elements. We can design our own also but we can use predefined layout also. So if you want to choose the predefined layout, then we select the chart, go to the design tab, and from the design tab we have this predefined quick layout command. So when you click on that, then it will open the drop down, and from the drop down you can choose from these different quick layout options. So whatever the layout you want, you like, then you just select that layout and your chart will change and it will become like that layout. So in my chart I want to change it, so I select the chart here first, and then I go here in this chart layout command. From the design tab I have this quick layout option. When I click it, it opens the drop down menu. Now as I hover around these different types, you can see our chart is changing, and it is changing according to that type. So you feel like whatever you feel like it is good for you, so you just go there and you see the preview, you say okay, it is okay, and also it is showing the name and the details element about that the layout, that in this layout what elements it is going to add. It is going to, the name of the layout is layout 5, and then it is going to have chart title, data table, vertical axis title, vertical axis, and major grid lines. So okay, I want this, so I click it here, and now my chart has become like this. Even I can manually change these elements also. We can add these elements like title, access title, the table, these legends, and these grid lines. If you want manually added these things, then from that same design tab you have this add element chart element command. If you drop down, then you can see those elements here, and then you can select how you want to add those elements. Like suppose I want to add chart title, so chart title is right now available here in above of the chart. It is already selected. If you can see, it is selected, and that is why you can see the chart title here above. Let's say I want to add chart into centered overlay. Now you can see where the chart title is going, or you can just want like, no, I don't want chart title. Same as you have data table, data labels, and then you have data table. Data table we have already selected this one, and that is what it is showing here. We can have this one with no keys, we can have no data table. So if we want to add or remove those elements, you can add it from here manually, or we can use this predefined layout. So I use this predefined layout, which is looking good here. Now after that we can change the chart style also. Our chart is looking very dull now. I say now this is very dull, I want to have some interesting chart. So we can change the style of the chart also. We have some predefined style set here. So if you want to change the style, so you go to the select the chart, go to the design tab, and here in that you have chart styles, and from there you have some defined styles here. So you can choose from there, or otherwise you want more, then you click on this more command to open this drop down menu, and from the drop down menu you can select different kind of charts, and when you select it, the chart will change according to your selection. I have different charts, my chart is not looking good, so I select the chart and I go to the design tab, and here I have chart styles, and from there I have this different style. You see when I hover my mouse there, it changes. I can see the preview, and when I feel like this is good for me, I like it, I don't like, then I go for more, and then I can choose from that. And then when you feel like okay, this is the one I want this the one, so I click on that, and now you see that is the one I have. Even we can change the color theme also. From the same chart style we can change the color theme of these colors of the lines, or even we have bars. So for that bar also we have some, this is the default one which we have, colorful plate 1. We can go for another theme. You see it is changing there. some more themes are there. So it is on you, like what you want, you can decide, and then you can select what is good for you and what you like. I'll go for this one, more colorful. That is what chart styles. Then after that, instead of going to the design tab and changing the chart style, chart elements, those things, we can directly change those things from this quick menu. So when you select the chart, you will see this quick menu. From here you can manage the chart location, like alignment. Then from here you can add and remove the elements, and then you can even also filter your data, like what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and you can even change your style of the chart. So you can do it directly from this quick menu, as we see here in this side. So this one do what? Do alignment. Just like now this chart also, when you select the chart, so our word will take it as a shape. So just like shape and picture, we can align those things with the text. Right now I don't have a text here in this page, but if you have, then you can choose from these options to align your chart with this text. Then from here you can add or remove different elements. As you can see here, when I hover mouse there, it shows that what type of element is this. Some of these are already selected because we have choose the default the quick layout, predefined layout. And if you don't if you feel you have something you don't want, then you can remove it from here. And if you feel like you want something to add, then you can add it from here. Suppose like I don't want chart title, I can remove it, I can add it. So we can change these elements from here. From this we can change the style of the chart. So we can change the style of the chart, or even we can change the color theme from here. So instead of going to the design tab, we can do it from here, but here you will get some more, that is what? Filter. You can do filter also. So if you click on that, it is ask you like what you want to see. Let's say I don't want to see everything, I just want to see the romance, and I don't want to see all the months, I want to see only no, I will see for all months, otherwise the line will not reach to the end. So after selecting what you want to see, you have to press apply, and then you can see your table, your chart is changed, and only it is showing a particular data. Or you want to see all, so select all, then apply, and then it starts showing this all thing. Chart title is gone, so I will add it again. And remember, this chart title is the title of your chart. Right now if somebody sees my chart, they will say, don't know what about this chart, what is it this chart is representing. So you must have the chart title. You click on this and you can change the default name here, like this is related to book sales, and what this access is mean. So you have title for access also, and you can click inside, and then you can change what this access is saying. It is showing the price range. So this is what our chart. The next thing is the screenshot. A screenshot we can add in our document. Now what is a screenshot? A screenshot like a screenshot of your screen. Suppose I am working on my machine and I want to get something from the screen, or something from other document, or something from Explorer, which I want to add it in my document as an image. Now in every Windows, every operating system, or every Windows operating system, we have some predefined feature to get the screenshot. For example, in Windows, in your keyboard you have a key in your keyboard that is called print screen, that is PRTNSCR. That is the key to take the screenshot of your screen. It will take the screenshot of the whole screen. That means the whole screen, including the taskbar also. So when you press that key, it will take the screenshot of the whole screen, and then you can add that screen. You can paste that screen in your Word document. For example, I am here in this window. Now I want to take the screenshot, or so I will click the print screen key. Now once I press the print screen key, it has taken my screenshot. Now I want to paste it. So for pasting it, I will put my insertion point where I want to paste it. And then I will go to here in the home tab, clipboard, I say paste. Now you can see it has pasted the whole screen here. The whole screen, but I don't want to have a whole screen. Now if you don't want to have a whole screen, there is a problem here. Suppose I have opened this my PC. Now I want to have a screenshot for only these two objects, but when I use the print screen key, what it do, it copy the whole screen, and when I press it, it comes the whole screen. So I don't want this. So I can still use this space. There is a different way for that, but I want some specific space. So what I can do here, I have an option in Word to insert the screenshot, to take the screenshot directly with the MS Word. So if I want to do this, then what I will do, I will go to the insert tab. Here I have this screenshot button. Now when I click on that, it will show me the available open window. So I can directly insert this window into my document, or I can choose to add a specific place of screen in my document. So I will click this screen clipping. So when I click on that screen clipping, so my entire screen will be dim and my word is minimized, and then whatever open in the background, I will have to, I have an option to select that. So I have option to select. So what I want, I will select that place only, and as soon as I select it, it will automatically add it into my document. So I want to add a screenshot, so I place my screen insertion point here. I go to the insert and then I press this screenshot. Now as you see here, currently opened window it is showing. So if I select I want, then I can directly add that window into my document. Now if I select this Excel file here, open, so it is added that window here. Remember, it is only adding the window, it is not showing the taskbar also, because it is only adding that window. But I don't want that. So what I will do, I will go and select this, and then I will click on screen clipping. Now once I click on the screen clipping, you see my screen goes dim, and I have option to choose. Now in behind I have this document open, so I have option to choose it from here. So I am going to choose, like, I want to have only this part, and when I leave my mouse, automatically it is now added into my document. So very simple and easy way to add the screenshot a particular area, from that particular area into our document. Then the next thing is to add the text boxes. Now these text boxes can be useful for drawing attention to a specific text. Now they can be also helpful when you need to move text around in your document. The word allows you to format the text boxes and the text within them with a variety of styles and effect, just like you format the other text. Now if you use normal text, you can still format that normal text with a different variety of styles and colors and font, but that text which you have normal, you cannot move around in your document. So that is the benefit of this text box, which you can use to just create, and you can format it with the whatever style you want, and then even you can move and you can stretch, you can decrease, you can just move around in your document. Now let's say you want to add it, then we go to the insert tab. From the insert tab, we have this text box group here, text group, and then from there you can select this text box command. Now when you click on that, there is a drop down, and where you can select from this multiple predefined text box. So if you select this predefined, so it will come with the, you don't have to modify, you don't have to format it, it will come with the formation, colors and size and style of the font, and in a particular position. Like if I select this box, so it will come inside in this side of the document. If I select this, so it will come here. This is your simple text box, and this is like this is one, this and this one. Or if we want to add our own, then you can select draw the text box. So when you select draw the text box, your mouse will become like this plus symbol, and then you can just drag in the place where you want to add the text box. So after you leaving it, here is your text box, and then you can insert your text inside the box. And after inserting the text, you can even modify the text, you can even format the text from the formatting, from the home tab. From the home tab, font group, you can format the style of the font, you can change the size, color and other things. Or even you can use these predefined built-in text boxes. So for example, I want to add the text box here. In my new document, in my new page. So I go to here, insert, and here I have text box command. If I click on this drop down, it gives me this predefined options, and it is also in the same position also. Like I want to select this one, so when I select this, so you can see the box is came here at the specific position with some specific color and formatting. If you don't want this, then you can create your own text box by selecting here draw text box, and then you can draw where you want to have the text box. And then after you drawing it, your cursor, your insertion point is inside, then you can type what you want to type. And after you type it, you can just select, and then you can format. When you select, you see the small font window here, or otherwise you go to the home tab, and then you can choose to format with different styles, like whatever style you want. You can choose from multiple styles. I want it like this. I want big size. And you can make it bold, it is already bold. You can make it italic, you can underline it, you can color the text in different colors, and even you can use this text effect to choose the effect. For example, I want this effect with the shadow, or you can choose from here multiple effects. I will use this predefine with shadow, and here we have our text group, text box with the formatting. Now after adding it, we can move it anywhere in our document. If you want to move it, then just hover your mouse at the corner of the text box, then your mouse will change into this 4-side arrow. Now as it change it into this 4-side arrow, cross arrow, just click and then you can drag it anywhere in the document. So if you see, I hover my mouse at the corner. First you select it, then when you go to the corner, you see it becomes, my mouse shows the cross arrows. So when it shows cross arrow, then you hold it and then you can drag it anywhere. And as you drag it, you can see the grid line for the reference. In the middle, you can see it is in the middle. Or you can even move it to other page also. So you can just move where you want to move. Then you can do resize the text box also. For resizing, these are the handles you have, just like the handles which we have in the shape and the picture. We can resize it from this corner to resize it equally from the all side, or you can choose to squash from top to bottom to sideways, or we can also stretch it. So we have this, when you take your mouse there, it shows the arrow, then you can use to change the size from this side, and also you can change it from this side. This is for resizing. Then you can modify the text box. Now modify, that means Word offers you the several options for changing the way text box appear in your document. That means you can change the shape, style, color, and you can even change the shape style also. You can change the shape design also. So if you want to change the style of your shape, like color and all that, then first you select the shape, then this format tab will come. So in the format tab, you have this shape style option. So you can click directly those styles, or you can choose to go for the more style, and then you can choose from this more style. You can choose lots of predefined styles are there, themes are there, so you can choose from there. So just like here, I want to choose it for my text box, so I select it. Now this drawing tool format tab appears. I click on that. Here we have shape style. I can choose this style, this style, this style, or even I can go for more style. Let me drag it in this side so that we can see the changes. So when I go for more, I can see I have these different styles. There are lots of styles there you can choose from. For example, I choose this one. Or even you can design manually here to choose the filling color, to choose the border outline, size of the line, dash line if you like, or you can use this predefined shape effects. Shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, lots of effects are there. Like pre-shade, I will use this one, and then you can see our shape is now looking like this. Then also you can modify the text box also. Modifying, that means if you don't like the shape, what the shape we have the simple rectangle space. So if you don't like the space shape, then you can change the shape also, because the Word is now treating it like a shape. So for changing it, click the text box, this format tab will appear. Now go to the format tab. In the format tab we have this edit shape command. This edit shape command, you can click on this and then it will open this two option. Change the shape and then you can choose from the other shapes which you have, or otherwise you can select edit points. It will open the points and then you can modify by dragging the points. You have two options, either you can change it from there or you can change it from selecting the dragging option. Like if I click my shape and then I go to the format tab, now here I have in the insert shape option and here I have this command for editing the shape. Now when I click this, I have two options. I can choose from these different shapes I have, or I can use this edit points. Now let's say I click on this, so it shows me those points. Now we can drag these points to a different locations, so we can modify our shape, and you can see it is now modifying. Or we can use these predefined shapes. So I go here, I say I want to use which shape, so I want to use this heart shape, and now you can see our text box is become heart. Now this is what we have for modifying and adding the shapes and text box, and this is what we have for today's. I hope you have liked it. Have a good day, and we will meet in the next video, and we will continue to add some more objects and handle these objects in the next video. So have a good day, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining.